the back, as you can see, I have my witch kitty here, and today I'm going to be doing a video and finishing her off with her hat and her cape. First things first, let's get all our pieces cut out and ready to go. So all our pattern pieces are cut out. We have black accent for the cape, accent fabrics for the bow, accent fabric for the hat band, and our main fabric for the actual hat pieces. I think I'm going to start with the hat. I'm going to start with the hat. So let's just put these pieces on the side. First thing you have to do with a hat is attach the hat top to the hat band along this bottom edge using a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and we have accent fabric and hat band. So you attach this bit first, and then you attach this bit into this circle here, and then you attach this piece, and once this is assembled with this bit on the top here, you then put this over the top to make a kind of sandwich shape, and then you do this all the way around. Carefully cut a small slit in the opening in the bottom here. Actually might do that before I stitch it, and then it's open and I don't accidentally cut this piece. Flip it out and you have a little hat ready to stuff. So wish me luck. Step 1 for the hat, hat band to hat top, 1/4 inch seam allowance. So tiny seam allowance, turn it down, give it a press if it needs it. I have ended up with a couple of little tucks, but I'm going to see if I can iron those out. But we have the start of our hat. Next is attaching this to the center here. I'm just going to double check the instructions to see exactly how I do that. Okay, so double check the instructions. One thing I forgot to do earlier, cut the circle out from the center of the brim. Before I attach this to this, I actually have to sew up, fold this in half and sew up along this open side before I attach to this. And then this attaches into this circle. First you can clip this 1/8 of an inch and you stretch this to fit it into here, which then you can sew the same seam length of a 1/4 inch by machine. Go slowly. I've already had to go kind of slow on this bit, or sew by hand if it's too tricky. I am going to attempt by machine, but that may change to by hand purely because it's such a small space, but we'll see. Be right back. Sewed up the side. Machine did attempt to eat the point, so let's turn it out. And I've just used plain black felt for the main fabric of the hat and some cotton scraps from another video that is coming with little witch hats on. Now I need to find something pointy. What have I got? I'm going to use some scissors because I'm all a little hot. Just use the end of my seam ribber to try and get this point out. It doesn't want to come out. That's the machine trying to chew its eyes. If anyone has any tricks for tight points to help turn them out, I'll gladly take them. Yes, I'm using a headphone jack, but it seems to have helped. And we have the top of our little pointy witch's hat. Now to attach this to this. This is so small on the inside that it's not going to fit under my sewing foot, even with my zipper foot on. So this is going on by hand, so back in about 10 minutes. Okay. So I've stitched this on by hand. Now we have little witch's hat. How cute is that? Okay, now this piece, So point is up, goes over that, and you stitch all the way around. This bit I can do on the machine because it's not fiddly. And then you turn it out through this bit, I think. And then you stuff it. You know what? I'm going to absolutely double check that. Okay, so time to make a little hat sandwich. Squish the point down, put the other piece on top, pin them together, sew them shut. Yes, I know I've pinned the paper pattern. I will realize that later and fix it before I sew it. Also, at this point, I realized, what have I not done? Clipped the opening. Just going to do that real quick. Now we have our opening for turning the hat out and for stuffing later. Now all I have to do is stitch all the way around using a 1/4 inch seam allowance and then turn it right out. Simple, you would think. Attached, we have our opening here, which it looks like I've messed up here, so that'll be fun to close. Somehow I ended up with a little triangle. Don't ask me how. So now we turn this through here. And then should have a little hat. All the edges. So as you can see, the hat is almost complete. At least it looks like a witch's hat. Opening ready for stuffing. Let's move on to the cape. So same as the hat, black felt and the accent fabric. More of my scraps from my other project. And we're going to stitch from the opening all the way around to the other part of the opening. But first add the ribbons to the sides, making sure to reinforce them. Okay, so I'm all pinned. Now I just need to stitch it closed. And if you see inside, I have attached the ribbons and pinned the excess out the way so I don't catch it when I do close it, stitch it. These two are where I'll be turning it. Let's stitch it. Okay, so I've stitched it, I've taken the pins out, I've pulled the ribbons out. Now I just have to turn it out. Shouldn't be too hard. Our little cape is done. Just need to close this little opening up and it's all done. We have our little ribbon ties. Isn't that just so cute? Right, last bit for our accessories for Witchy Kitty. So we just put that to one side with the hat, because the finishing will be done by hand, is to make our little bow. So first things first, we sew round the outside, leaving an opening, turn it out. This gets folded in half and stitched down, and then you put a gathering stitch through this, cinch it, take the thread around it to keep it secure and stitch it, and then when this is stitched and turned out, you then attach that around the middle. So let's stitch this bit and stitch this bit and get them turned, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've stitched the bow middle and turned it out, and look how small it got. I've also stitched the main bow, leaving it open. I've clipped the corners to help it turn, Now all I have to do is turn this tiny thing out. Okay, so I've turned the bow out and the middle out. Now it's time to do some ham sewing. First I'm going to close the bow, and then I'm going to run and stitch and gather it up and secure it to make the bow shape. Then attach the middle around it to cover the stitches, and that is our little bow made. Then, using a whip stitch, the bow attaches to the hat. But before I attach it, I have to stuff it, fill it as much as I want, and close it up. I also have to close up the cape, so let's get this hand sewn done. So I stitched the hat closed, after stuffing of course. Forgot to stitch in the ditch, so the hat's a little plump. Never mind, next time. I closed up the cape, again, not great, but who's going to say it? Little bow is made, also not great, but I think it's cute. Now to attach it to the hat. So I'm going to go opposite the seam at the back, so it's at the front. And more hand sewing. So the bow is attached. Now to attach it to the head. And be attached to the head with a simple whip stitch all the way around. Had it stitched on, and yep, that's not coming off anytime soon. Let's get dressed. Time for the reveal, everyone. Enjoy!